but I wanted to get on here while I was fresh. I just woke up and I had a dream. I don't remember all parts of the dream, but the part that I do remember that I need to deliver is about kingdom spouses. Okay, so in this dream, there was a situation where I was able to observe this man and this certain man's mannerism. This person that I was observing was not my husband, but I was observing the way he was moving, the way he carried himself, the things that he did, the way that he spoke. And in my spirit, I was thinking to myself, because when I have these dreams, the Lord ministers to me within these dreams. So I'm very aware in these dreams. So in my spirit, I'm thinking to myself, why can't, these spouses show this type of humility, or why can't they be this sweet, or why can't they open doors or talk this way or act this way, right? So in this dream, while I'm thinking all these things, it's like I had a vision of different scenarios play out. Okay. So in this dream, I had a vision of me walking side by side. Well, I had a dream of me walking with this guy, this counterfeit or whatever. And in the vision, I'm walking in front and he's walking behind. So essentially, I was leading. I was walking first and he was walking behind me. So then after that, I'm like, okay, I don't really want that though. I don't want to lead. I want to be led, right? So after that, I have a vision of the spouse. I had a vision of the spouse walking fast and then me walking behind him, which signified him leading. But also, the Lord kind of ministered to me with that too, because when I saw that particular instance with him walking fast and me walking behind, I kind of didn't want that either because I didn't want to be left. But God kind of ministered to me in that moment. He said, I'm showing you that to let you know that they're going to lead you. That is what you need. You need a leader. Okay. So he was like, them walking fast is not going to be forever. That's not going to be the final outcome. They might be walking fast or look as if they're leading, you'll look as if they're being a little harsh in the beginning, but it's going to be you guys walking side by side. Okay, now the gist of this dream, guys, it might seem as if your spouse's attitude right now is hard to handle. It might seem as if they're full of pride. It might seem as if they're stubborn. Like, why can't they just act right, Lord? Why can't they just treat me right? And what the Lord let me know in this dream is that because they are leaders, guys, He's molding them to be kings. He's molding them to be leaders of nations, okay? And it's not for not, it's not your fault. It's not nothing that you're doing. It's just because of what they're called to, because of the weight and the magnitude of what they called to, they need some of that attitude. Okay. Now, if you think about David, if you think about Paul, if you think about Peter, they all had this gentle, humble nature to them, but they also had that cutthroat, if you get out of line, I'll put you in your place type of attitude to them too. So it's a balance. Okay. They have to find that balance. God is still working on them, but they need that stubbornness because of what they're called to. You guys, they're going to be our head, and I'm talking to the kingdom wives, they're going to be our head, they're going to be our covering. So God needs them to have that stubbornness, because when stuff happens, like it will, and like it will come up, they need to be able to protect you. They need to be able to stand their ground. He doesn't want somebody that's going to be complacent and that's not going to fight for you guys or stand up for you guys or protect you guys. Remember, we're going to be called to nations. So the stubbornness, guys, is for a reason. Their attitude and the way they carry themselves, hey, hi, are for a reason. So don't get offended. He's going to work out the kinks, but they need that attitude in order to be able to lead and protect, guys. So don't be out here looking at this person like, oh, I wish my spouse would do this. I wish my spouse would do that. They're going to be soft and gentle when needed to be soft and gentle, but they're going to be cutthroat when needed to be cutthroat. So just know that the personalities that they have, guys, God is using it for His good. They're supposed to have that personality because of who they're called to be. Okay. So just stay encouraged, guys. Any kinks or any issues that does arise that may offend you, or that may be having you feel some type of way, take it to the Lord in prayer. Lord, my spouse has said this to me. It hurts my feelings. It hurts this. And he will minister to you about the different things that are taking place in them, or about why, or the hard work that he's doing in them. But that tough exterior, that stubbornness, that steadfastness, that's going to stick, guys, because they need that. That needs to be there in order to be able to stand their ground like they're going to need to. Okay. Okay. So just stay in prayer, stay encouraged, guys. Pray for your spouses. But like I said, in this dream, he ministered to me and he let me know I don't need a complacent, soft-spoken man with my queens. My queens need a king. They need a covering. They need a leader. They need somebody that's going to knock heads off concerning you. Okay. And it's not going to always be, like I said, where they're walking fast and you feel like you're running to catch up or anything like that. You guys are eventually going to be walking side by side, but they're always going to have that cutthroat nature, because that's what they need to have as a leader. They're going to be making difficult decisions. They're going to be having to fight some tough battles, and they need tough skin. Okay. So have a good morning, you guys. Stay in prayer. I love you guys, and I'm going to be praying for you also.